What if your life depended on 2 bottles of water, a whole cake, and a single phone call? An ordinary man gets buried alive in a collapsed tunnel, and what happens on day 35 will leave you speechless. Jung Soo is driving home with a birthday cake for his daughter. He stops at a gas station, but the worker accidentally gives him the wrong amount of fuel. Though annoyed, Jung Soo accepts 2 bottles of water as compensation, something that later becomes vital for his survival. After the call, he drives into a tunnel. Suddenly, the lights flicker, and then the tunnel collapses around him, trapping him and his car inside. When he wakes up, he's surrounded by darkness and debris. His car is crushed, but his phone still works. After struggling with a weak signal, he finally contacts emergency services. At first, they think it's a normal accident, but after realizing how serious it is, the rescue team says it might take a week to get him out. They advise him to conserve his phone battery, food, and water. Jung Soo stays calm and follows the instructions. He tells rescuers he fell near a ventilation fan. They guess he's in one of 5 possible locations. The lead rescuer promises to call him every day at noon and swears they will save him. Jung Soo also speaks to his wife, promising to return home. News about the tunnel collapse spreads quickly. Government officials, media, and rescue teams arrive. The tunnel had only been completed less than a month and collapsed due to a landslide. The media cares more about covering Jung Soo's story than helping find a way to rescue him. The rescuer and drones are sent inside the tunnel along with media drones, but none manage to locate Jung Soo. A rescue car eventually drives inside, honking to help find him. Jung Soo hears the sound and they confirm his location. But a second collapse blocks the rescue path. The rescuers manage to escape, but Jung Soo is now buried even deeper. Luckily, he survives and reports that he saw number 3 written on the fallen fan. His wife arrives at the rescue site and speaks with him over the phone. The ministers use Jung Soo's case to boost their image in the media. Meanwhile, Jung Soo carefully rations his 2 bottles of water and cake, eating and drinking only once a day at noon. The rescue team changes plans and decides to drill a hole from above. At first, the plan goes well, but more collapses make the situation worse. Next day, he hears a noise. He uses his flashlight to investigate and finds a trapped woman and her dog under a large slab of concrete. She is alive, but weak, with intense pain on one side of her body. He tries to lift the concrete, but it is too heavy, and he tries to move her seat, but fails because of a metal bar blocking it. She asks how long they have been trapped, and Jung Soo says it has been 2 days. He shares his limited water with her and even gives some to her dog. He helps her call her mother, assuring her that rescuers are on the way and that they will both survive. They form a bond, and later, she dies from internal injuries. Jung Soo discovers the metal bar had stabbed her in the ribs, which explains her pain and breathing difficulty. In shock, he accidentally drops all his remaining water. The dog, now grieving, had earlier finished his cake too. His wife loses her appetite, but helps cook for the rescuers at their camp. Since Jung Soo had run out of water, the rescuer suggested he drink his own pee and asked if he had tried it yet. Later, feeling guilty for making the suggestion without trying it himself, the rescuer did it too and told Jung Soo it is easier to drink if you let it cool first. By day 9, Jung Soo starts drinking his urine to survive. With the help of the dog, he finds hidden dog food and shares it with the dog. He hides some inside the trunk so the dog will not eat it. Out of boredom, he tests the dog's anti-bark collar, which causes another collapse. But this time, the collapse creates more space for him to move around. He looks for supplies but finds nothing until he hears the sound of dripping water. He follows the sound and finds clean water. He shares the news with his wife, telling her to stay strong and that he is okay. A radio station, which only Jung Soo can hear at that time, promises to send daily messages at noon if his phone battery dies. He listens to these broadcasts and finds comfort in them. Eventually, the cause of the collapse is discovered: poor construction and dishonesty by the builders. The structure was not strong, and the blueprints were flawed. The rescue team continues drilling, thinking they are close to saving him. On day 17, a selfish reporter complains that it is a shame Jung Soo might be rescued soon because he wanted him to break the record for Korea's longest entrapment, which is 17 days. Soon after, rescuers realize they have been drilling in the wrong place. While the blueprint showed 5 ventilation fans, there are actually 6. The plan was based on incorrect information. They had spent 17 days digging the wrong spot. Everyone is devastated, including Jung Soo and his wife. He has a panic attack and makes one final call to his wife before his phone dies. He says he wants to give up. She tearfully tells him to survive for their daughter. After that, there is no more contact from him. The rescuers begin digging in the right spot, even with heavy snow. By day 23, many believe Jung Soo is dead. The rescue team holds a press conference and says it may take 2 more weeks to reach him. But the second tunnel project team pushes back, saying they lose billions every day. They want to destroy Jung Soo's tunnel to restart work. They compare him to a salamander once saved by the government at great cost. The lead rescuer is furious at the comparison and vows to continue the rescue. Some rescuers stay hopeful and keep working, while others complain they are overworked just to save Jung Soo. A rescue worker dies in an accident. The news shocks everyone, and people pay tribute to him. Jung Soo's wife finds out their daughter is being bullied at school because of that incident. She's heartbroken. Later, the dead rescuer's mother comes and throws eggs at Jung Soo's wife, shouting, "My healthy son died just to bring out your husband's dead body," before breaking down in tears. Jung Soo's wife keeps apologizing. After that, the officials and the second tunnel company decide to end the rescue and restart the tunnel project. They pressure her to sign a paper to stop the mission. She asks, what if Jung Soo is still alive? But eventually, she is convinced by their words, believes her husband is dead, and signs the paper to resume construction. She goes to the radio station, not knowing if Jung Soo is listening, and tells him she signed the paper and the rescue is stopped. She asks him not to wait, but admits she still hopes he is alive, even if everyone says he is dead. Meanwhile, Jung Soo's condition gets worse, but he is still alive, though no one knows. He tries to bite his battery, hoping to trigger a signal, but it fails. He starts crawling, trying to find another way out. On the day they plan to blow up Jung Soo's tunnel, the lead rescuer, frustrated with how things turned out, secretly goes down the borehole to check if Jung Soo is still alive. At the same time, Jung Soo crawls toward the borehole, hoping to be heard. The rescuer tries to listen, but is caught and forced to come back up. The team proceeds with the explosion, which causes more collapses inside the tunnel. Just when it seems like all hope is gone, Jung Soo manages to crawl back to his car and honks the horn. The lead rescuer quickly tells them to stop the blast and checks the sound equipment again. This time, they clearly hear the honking. They open the borehole, confirm he is alive, and cancel the explosion. They finally rescue him. They manage to clear the obstacles and walk to Jung Soo's car, finding him lying inside with the dog. As they rescue him and the dog, the media crowds around, making it hard for the team to carry him to the helicopter. When they arrive, they are told to wait for the minister. Jung Soo whispers something to the lead rescuer when the media asks what he said. The rescuer tells them to get lost, using curse words, and says that is what Jung Soo told him. Jung Soo gives a thumbs up, and the embarrassed minister quietly leaves. It is now day 35. Jung Soo has survived the collapse longer than anyone in history. The minister praises the rescue team's efforts, even though they had planned to blow up the tunnel earlier. In the final scene, his wife drives through the newly built tunnel with him by her side. Even though he is free, the trauma and the memory of the young woman who died still haunt him. His wife reassures him that everything is safe now. His wife drives out of the tunnel safely. Could you survive 35 days trapped in a fallen tunnel? Craving K-dramas or K-movies? Get your bite-sized fill at RecapDumpling.